Hi there, we are Cal and Mel building Marram, our floating dream home. Hope you enjoy our look at our life of building a catamaran. In this episode, we are starting to install our propulsion battery banks. Hey babe.
What?
Turn around. What you doing?
What am I doing? At the moment, I'm doing some taping on a wall to put our battery box in. So this is going to be our battery locker for our lithium-ion batteries, or LifePod 4s, however you want to call them. And this will be the part that will actually hold them in place, I hope. Yep, that's the right one. I'm just taping it in, so it probably doesn't need it, but I just like to make sure things are strong.
Looking very neat.
No, it's not too bad. Nothing a good coat of paint won't hide. It's a little bit claustrophobic in here. Somebody has to do it.
Our batteries are being installed in a forward port locker with access from a forward cockpit. The batteries will be in two banks, but combined so we can use them on either motor or isolate one if needed.
Right, I'm going to come out now. I'm going to get the other bits. I'll be glad when this is over.
We also made up some compression plates with a central rib that will hold the cells in place, as well as put the right compression on the cells as recommended by the manufacturer. We split the battery onto 2 shelves, which were glassed in to ensure they are nice and strong. We also cut out some front brackets that will help hold the cells in place and give us a place to run the sensor wires and the balance wires. Explain to her what you're doing, baby.
What am I doing at the moment? I'm trying to sort out where our battery management system is going to go, because our batteries are going to sit in here and in here. So this is for the propulsion bank, not the house bank. That's the house bank battery. So that's the size of a 330 amp hour battery, and that will go probably about there, I think. Not sure yet. I'm working it out as we go. We've got to have batteries on here. We've got to have the BMSs on here, another one down here. And then we've got to have switches to turn the power on and off to the motors. So the motor controllers will go here, as in isolators. I'm just trying to suck it and see at the moment, see what goes where and how, why and when.
Very exciting.
Very tight spot. I should have done all of this before I put the lid on the boat. Would have been easier, but anyway, we live and learn. do that separately up a bit higher than that. It's probably going to have to sit up about there. Cables will be fine there. Can't go that way, because if we go that way I won't have enough room here. Well, I don't think I'll have enough room there anyway.
You can make a shelf.
Hey?
You're going to make a shelf?
Yeah, I've got to make a shelf for it now. Can you pass me those switches to see?
Yeah, I can. I think they're so heavy. Hang on. Grab onto the camera. Oh my goodness. This is so heavy.
It's got to go in there. This has got to fit in here. And the bus bar up and through that way. Tight. A little bit too tight. That'll be the isolators for the. Actually, they've got to go down there. I've got to get a buzz bar to those. Shit. So what we're doing at the moment is we're laying out our battery bank and our BMS controllers for it. So basically, this is representing the way the batteries will be laid out, and we'll show you that one a bit later, how they're laid out in the boat. But what we're doing at the moment is just trying to set up so that we've got our two battery management systems for the two different banks. So this is one bank, this is the second bank. So we've got the two battery management systems. We've got some fuses coming off the batteries and some isolators so we can disconnect each battery. We've then got a negative bus, so this will actually be connected from the BMS, so it'll be connected to the negative side of the banks, positive sides of the banks. We have a negative bus, so it'll be connected through to here, we hope. That's the way it's going to work out. And this will be our positive bus, which is feeding our two electric motors. So that goes off to some cables that come up from the electric motors and go into here. And then we just also need to have inverter charger coming into to the neutral and the positive, as well as the DC generator, which will come in from another section in here. I was trying to do this sitting inside the battery locker, but it was just impossible. It was just so cramped and so claustrophobic, and so I thought best if I come and lay it out on here, and then we'll make up a board to fit everything to, and just put the board into the boat. There's also, we're using a 5 amp active balancer, and they're going to float somewhere about here. I'll put them on some standoffs so we can actually float them off there. And this whole lot, this whole section will be covered in a perspex shield so that we can make sure that if somebody climbs in there and touches it, they don't go zapping themselves. So after a lot of study and debating and backwards and forward, we decided to go with our propulsion battery bank, these EVE cells. So we've got 32 cells that have arrived in from EVE out of China, and we'll be setting them up into two banks. So this will be one bank, and obviously what's stored in here will be the other bank. So there'll be two banks of 16, which gives us our 52 odd volts, or for our 48 propulsion system. And these have got to be mounted up in the forward locker, which you'll see a little bit later on, where we've been fitting out the locker to take these batteries in there.
This is the layout of the battery locker. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this insight to building a catamaran.